So, this new free-to-play argument for War Thunder. That's fun, huh? Good morning everybody and welcome to another video. Ugh, God, I sound awful. Well, that's bad because this is going to be a great video. I'm well looking forward to doing this video. And I think a horrible cough may ruin it a little bit for you guys who deserve this 300 subscriber reward Q&A. This is the answers for said Q&A, which I held yesterday. In the video that I released yesterday, I asked you to put comments for questions that you want to ask me for this for this video. Now, as you can probably hear in the background, if you can hear that, yeah, that is a list of notes. I actually had to write the questions down rather than referring to them on my phone, so that I could word them, you know, space them out, list them between who questioned them, who asked them. And to some of you this may surprise you, considering that I'm kind of, I wouldn't say infamous, I'm maybe infamous to myself. I don't think very many YouTubers don't make notes. But in this occasion, I had to. So, let's begin, shall we? The first load of questions is from Joshua Musoil. Is that how you pronounce that? M-U-S-I-O-L. Musoil? We'll go with Musoil. So, number one, is it possible to play with you? It's always possible to play with me. I would say come chat with me on Discord, but we'll get onto that in a minute because that's asked in another question. But once we've got that figured out, in theory, yes, you can come chat to me on Discord. You can even message me in the game if you want to. I don't block out my in-game name in any of my videos because, quite frankly, what's the point? I get enough shit for my in-game name anyway. If those of you can't tell, it's rather obvious as to why. But it's not offensive or anything. I don't think it's offensive, but that's definitely down to the person who's reading it. Basically, yes, you can play with me. Message me in-game, and I may not reply straight away because time zones, things like that. But I will be sure to get back to you. Maybe we can do something where we set up a specific day of the week. Maybe that may be a little bit difficult, but we'll have to see. It might have to be like a Saturday night, maybe something like that. No, Friday night. If it would be possible to set up a stream and get some of you guys in, like Max TV and some of the other bigger YouTubers do. I don't think my community is big enough personally for that just yet, which is, fuck it, I'll answer it now. Which is the same reason I do have a Discord at the moment, but I haven't invited anybody to it, because I don't think there'd be enough people to fill it out and what have you. Although I did make my good friend Oxy an admin. Well, the only other admin apart from myself. Number two, more history vids planned. Like my October Revolution video, absolutely. Actually, shit, now that I think about it, I could have done a video for D-Day for today, couldn't I? Shit. Well, that's definitely food for thought. I'll have to make a note of that once I've done this video. Somebody remind me in the comments. Number three, favourite World War II game? Well, it's funny you say that, Joshua, because my favourite World War II game is actually the answer to your fourth question, which is, what's your favourite game? And that is Red Orchestra. I absolutely adore Red Orchestra. I haven't played Rising Storm 2 yet, and I haven't played Red Orchestra 2 in a very long time. But that's because my PC is crap, which, as I've said before, is why I run my PS4, run my YouTube channel from my PS4. Yes, that PC is terrible. It's only got a GTX 690 in it, which is old anyway, and the rest of the computer is completely standard, and it's basically just like a computer you'd find in a office. It's nothing special. So, but I have got about 300 hours in that game, so I do really enjoy that game. So, number six. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to read my own bad handwriting. Vids on low tier tanks. Oh, right. Make more vids on low tier tanks. I can certainly do that. That's gonna be cake, because those are a lot cheaper to repair than top tier shit that I'm used to doing videos with. Which is really, really bad when I'm not very good at the game. But, hey, you don't come here for the good gameplay. You come here for my fantastic voice. That was a thumbs up click, by the way, and my personality, which hopefully none of you find irritating. Vids on low tier tanks. Yes, I can do vids on low tier tanks. I'm going to do a video on the SD KFZ, the Sunderkraftfahrzeug. I think somebody told me it was pronounced. Thank you very much to you, sir. We'll get onto your questions later, I think. Yeah, moving on. Number 7, this is an easy one for me to answer. How old are you? I am 20 years of age. I was born 24th of December. Yes, that's right, I'm a Christmas baby. I was born on Christmas Eve, 1997. And I'm quite proud of being one of the few people born in the 90s who hasn't tried to swallow a, what do they call it? I don't know. We tried to eat like that spice, whatever. Is it oregano? No, I don't know what the spice is called. We tried to eat that. You guys tried to eat washing up tablets. Okay. Number 8. What is my name? Right. My name is, and I hate my name for the record, it's Anthony Pocket. Right? Anthony Charles Pocket, if we're going to include my middle name. My last name is obviously my dad's name, and my dad is a cock, and it reminds me of him, so I don't like my last name. And everybody spells it with one T when it isn't, it's spelled with two. And my middle name came from my uncle, and my first name was my granddad's. So, yeah, I don't think anybody's ever answered a what's your name question like that before. Number 9. What do you do as a job? Currently, I am working casually, which is basically lesser than part-time. They ask you when you want to be in, and you tell them the hours you can do, and that's the hours you do. So, it's nice, but unfortunately, as well as that, I'm also looking for a job. Yeah, that's about it really. I could mention a little bit more detail in that regard, but I think that may be a bit too much, because it involves money and stuff. It's not great. Although, on the plus side, I have been given my first interview. I've been looking for a job for probably about 8 months at this point, which is normal in today's society, unfortunately. It's not like you can just wander into the town, hand out CVs and get a job anymore. Believe me, I've tried, and I live in one of the second biggest country in England, which is good I mentioned that, because that's somebody else's later question. Which I've just ruined. Fuck. Anyway. Do you have Twitter, etc.? Yes, I do. I have a Facebook page and a Twitter page for my channel. Twitter page is in the link in every video description, so add me on Twitter, guys. Shameless bump there. Yeah, add me on. I do have Twitter. Add me on Twitter. Facebook I made, but I made it under the old channel name, which was Red Revolution Gaming, and I've yet to update it or figure out how to get it to work, because every time I try, it says it changes it and then doesn't. Don't ask me why. Number 11. What is your favourite music? My favourite music is nu metal, which is like basically if I say Linkin Park to you, if that means anything. Yeah. Chester's death hit me incredibly hard. I now know how my uncle felt when Lemmy died. If you don't know who Lemmy is, pause this video immediately, educate yourself, and go and listen to Motorhead Overkill. Thank me later. Yes, you're right, I didn't say Ace of Spades, I said Overkill. And apart from that, my cousin was a massive like 90s girl. She's like 5 years older than me, and grew up listening to Nirvana and what was the other one? Green Day, which she basically shut me in a room with her when I was a toddler and forced her to listen to. So I also love Soundgarden, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, this new band which is called Glum, which is a UK grunge band. They're fucking awesome. Please check them out. They're on Facebook. Tell them Anthony Pocket sent you. They will know who I am, trust me. I've been messaging them a lot. Okay, where are we now? Question number 12. Least favourite, I think that says least favourite film. My handwriting is dreadful. Least favourite film. Let me think. Oh god, there's so many. It's going to have to be Green Lantern or possibly Daredevil. Both were horrifically poor. That's superhero films though. Let me try and think of a film relevant to my channel. Let me see. This is something I really am going to have to think on, isn't it? Jesus, least favourite film. Yes, I know, I made notes and didn't think of an answer to this question. Stop laughing in the background. I really can't think. I'm really sorry, Josh. I really can't think of an answer. What the fuck? I can't say one of the classics, can I? Because some. All right. I know the answer. Right, it is a classic, but it's not as bad as like, what's the name of it? The Longest Day, the film about Omaha Beach. It's like 4 hours long. It's incredibly boring for half of it, and then they get to the actual beach landing, which is obviously, you know, I want to say entertaining, but that makes me sound like a horrible masochist and a sociopath. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like Saving Private Ryan or that film very much. Saving Private Ryan more so, to be honest, because it's regarded as one of the best war films of all time, right? And it just isn't. When Fury came out and they compared it favourably to Saving Private Ryan, I took that as an insult. It's a good film, and it is a great film, to be fair, but it's the film that you start your history buff film search with, not the film that you consider the peak of your search, if you see what I'm saying. There are many great war films I suggest you go and watch. My actual favourite film is Stalingrad. Not the remake that came out a few years ago, the original. It was made in the 1990s. It's about the German army, for a change. It's from the other side of the coin. And no, it doesn't paint the Germans in a favourable sense. It's not one of those kind of films. It's very neutral in this regard. It's a fantastic film. It is in German, but oddly, the dubbed version actually... I don't like watching dubbed films. I'd much rather watch them in subtitles. But the dubbed film version is very good. It really is very good. It even looks like they're speaking in time with the words, which is quite unusual for a dubbed film. So, thank you very much, Joshua. Now we may move on to, who is the second person? Let me rotate my notes. Sir Steve. Mr. Steve, you've been commenting an awful lot on my videos. Thank you very much, mate. I'd just like to say that. War Falcon as well, if you're watching this, or War Eagle. I can't remember what your YouTube name is now, but you know who you are. So, number 13. What is your favourite nation? I'm going to assume you mean in-game. This is difficult, because I imagine a lot of people are expecting me to say the USSR to this question, for obvious reasons. Like, look for the answer of my in-game name in regards to playing with me to find out why that is. Yes, I do love the Russians. I love their vehicles. I love the look of them. I love the sound of the guns. They play really well. Most of them have enough armour that you can use them as a flanker and a brawler should you want to. They're just absolutely fantastic vehicles for the most part. At higher tiers, obviously. The Tiger is also the reason I started playing this game, which is probably the same reason everybody started playing World of Tanks as well. So that's not really saying much now that I think about it. Anyway, I'd probably have to say Russian. I would kind of say German, actually. We're going to have to see how the Leo 2A4 plays. I'll let you know, because I've got the 2K, obviously. So I'll be getting that tank reasonably quickly, hopefully. Number 15. What country are you from? I am from the UK. I'm actually kind of surprised you have to ask that. Do I sound American? Or Canadian? Please tell me the answer to that question please tell me the answer in the comments, because I think that's quite funny. Most people can spot a British accent miles away. Of course, if you were to ask somebody where I'm from, specifically in the country, they would tell you that we're not British, we're Foresters. But anyway, I'll continue. Okay, so thank you, Steve. On to the next person. Asif Taupur. Taupur? Is it like Indian, as in Indian? Taupur? Indian. Sorry, that sounded so horrible, I apologise. I'm really sorry. Move on, quick. 16. Number 16 I've already covered. I haven't written what that question was, but I'm sure you know that already. Great, Red, you can't even do a video properly when you make fucking notes. Ugh. 17. Advice for a Germany player. If you're playing Germans, you are probably the like-minded person who enjoys being mobile. You enjoy being able to attack from the flanks. You like having decent guns, unless you're playing the Leo A1 with Sabo. Good luck to you. You like the Tiger, probably. You're a bit of a history buff, but maybe more Eastern Front than Western Front. You know, this can go on for a while. Anyway, I advise you to play another nation for a bit at the tier you intend on playing, and seeing how the German players you're fighting against are handling their vehicles. So see what you should be doing, and then look at how you play them. If you see things that you're doing that are wrong, then maybe you could see if you can fix that. Okay, so on to number 18 we're on now. Favourite clubbing machine? That is quite an easy question. It's got to be the Pack Wagon. You can drive it at 8.0 and it's still completely relevant. You can drive it fighting Tiger 2s in a 6.7 lineup and it's still brilliant. The 75mm Pack 40 gun that's mounted onto it is an absolutely fantastic gun. Even at higher tiers it's just splendid. And the APC-BC shells I think it gets, or APHE shells, are awesome. They're the reason I kind of like going back to lower tiers occasionally rather than just using heat and discarding Sabo. And it's a hell of a lot of fun to boot, and it makes a lot of money. The other example is the KV-1E. I really want a KV-1B, the Finnish captured KV-1E, but unfortunately I don't have enough subscribers to message Gaijin and ask them politely. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to say I really like that tank, but the KV-1E is fantastic as well. Number 19, Leo 1 review coming. Yes. If you have to ask, is a review coming, the answer is probably yes at some stage. Actually, that's a point. I should probably mention that I do like to say, you know, leave a comment for what you want to see in the videos, in the comments. Ugh, why did I say that? But yeah, if you want to ask me for something similar to that, guys, in the comments, please do. As for the Leo 1 review, it will be coming. There is also a Panther 2 review somebody wanted me to do, Panther 2 gameplay somebody wanted me to do on how to play it, like I did with the, is it the Tiger 105? I think, yeah, Tiger 105 as well, I think. That's the point, actually. We haven't heard if they're being, they are being removed, aren't they? Yeah. Number 20. Any advice for high tier players who are playing for free? Okay, stock rounds, unless you're in a Leo 1. If you're driving anything, let's say the T62 is an 8.0, so one of the first high tier tanks you're going to get, it fires fin stabilized Sabo as standard for free. Okay, it's one of the best tanks at top tier. That is a fantastic little tank, and I'm very much looking forward to the T62M1. By the way, really looking forward to that. That will be one of the first reviews of the new patch. Promise. Unless it isn't the T64BV, which it is likely to be. Yes, if you're playing for free, try to play a lot more cautiously than you would at lower tier. I know that sounds stupid, I know the vehicles are a lot more mobile, and most of them, so say, have better armour, although in gameplay terms it doesn't really matter that much, you still get one-shotted, so. But yeah, I advise you to, again, as with the earlier comment regarding Germans, if you play an enemy team to what you're playing, see how they play the tanks you want to play, and then see how you play them, and see where the lines are. So that way you can improve your gameplay and earn more money and grind through those horrible modifications, FPE and parts, as quickly as possible. Number 21, giveaways and you wanting to win 200 GE. Okay, so giveaways is something I'm actually not very familiar with. I don't know how you go about getting the company to send the winner the GE, and I imagine it's something, again, as like earlier, the answer to a comment, I think I need a lot more subscribers to make that easily viable without going through a load of jumping through circles for Gaijin and all this, that and the other. But yeah, it is always something I've considered. As a matter of fact, I considered doing a giveaway for this very video, in fact, for 300 subscriber celebration. I haven't, if I'm honest, I haven't had a lot of time to give it much thought recently. I've been quite busy with work, and having heard the news of getting my interview on yesterday, I was so over the moon and beseeched with fantastic amazement, and then suddenly a shitload of panic as I realised how I'm supposed to get there, or how I'm supposed to get there rather. But that's me for you. Only 2 questions left now. 22. Future channel plans, collabs, streaming, things like that. I'll let you in a little secret about streamers that makes them better than YouTubers. They have to have 2 screens because they need to see they need to see the chat whilst they're playing. This may sound like a stupid complaint given I use my PS4, which means I use my TV, which means I have a 32-inch monitor. Actually no, I think it's 34-inch, my TV. Anyway, point being, it's a lot bigger than a computer monitor. Most computer monitors anyway. Yeah, I would love to do streaming. I have thought about doing it. I actually streamed Dirt Rally once and nobody turned up. But that was ages ago. Yeah, I would love to do streaming. I would love to play with Scottish Koala especially. He's a very nice bloke. He's suddenly arose from nowhere to stardom, while some of us are still lazing about in the muck, as we do. And enjoying it while we do it. Yeah, I would absolutely love to see Scottish Koala do some streaming. I've been on his stream before and played with him. I've mentioned that, but I've never streamed myself and had him on. So, as well as, what's the other guy's name? There are a couple of, oh yes, Tiger Frost and Oxy, Oxygen Thief, and also the European Canadian, who I know is probably listening to this. Hello sir, how are you? Yeah, I'm fairly certain that I would love to get those guys on the stream, but it splits the screen down the middle, and do you have any idea how hard it is playing War Thunder through the looking through a post box, like a post box slit? That's what it's like. It's horrible. I hate it. I don't know. Maybe I can figure something out. In theory, collaborations for videos and stuff, I'm more than happy to do, assuming the other YouTubers, of course, are willing to partake. The issue that brings is that it may not actually be their voice in the background. I have thought about doing this before. In order to use Discord, which most of the other YouTubers use, for chat whilst playing on War Thunder, rather than relying on War Thunder's own chat system, or, because I'm on PS4, I have to rely on the party system that PlayStation Network has. So, yeah, I wouldn't be able to hear that. I'd be able to talk to them on Discord perfectly fine, but you'd only be able to hear, you wouldn't even be able to hear my voice because my microphone would be plugged into my phone, not my PS4, so I wouldn't be recording it. So I'd have to do post comms, which kind of ruins the point. I have thought about it, honestly, I really have, but I just don't. I want to do it as best as possible, not just for my sake, but for the sake of the other YouTubers, because they don't need me making a video and then basically just talking about what we spoke about. Do you know what I mean? That does them no favors. I don't want to do that to people. I like my fellow YouTubers too much to do that to them, to be quite honest. Okay, so 23. Tits or ass? I am not a fussy man. I will go with either. Both are brilliant. One massive, one small is a disappointment. Both massive is out of the world, but both decent is fantastic. God, if there are any women watching this, Jesus, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, so somebody asked me earlier. I'll have to flick through. I think it was on the first page. Whoop. Where is it? Jesus, I can't find the bloody question now. I am an idiot, aren't I? Okay, somebody... I can't find your question. Oh, God, I am shit, aren't I? Okay, somebody asked me earlier. I think it was one of the questions. Hopefully it was, because I'm pretty certain I mentioned it. About turning the volume down for the intro. How is it this time? Better? I hope you think so. It's set to the same volume as the background footage always is. 30%, obviously 100% being max main volume than it was, so it's 70% quieter. Yes, quick maths. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you thought the intro was good. Obviously quiet enough so that it doesn't blow your ears out if you happen to be wearing earphones. Hadn't considered the earphone people, very sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed the questions and answers for this video. Obviously everyone's questions got answered. I was more than happy to do that. I wasn't expecting... I had 23 questions. I wasn't expecting to have 23 questions. I'm very, very happy with that. That's fantastic, considering... I mean, that's about 10% of my subscriber base that gave me questions, but Still, I am not complaining. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you very much for participating in this video and providing me with questions. We're probably going to have to do this for the next Q&A milestone as well, which will probably be 400 because I'm vain. I could wait till 500, but I'm an impatient person. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you are a first time watcher, which I find hard to believe considering you know nothing about me and now suddenly you've been thrust upon by all this information, in which case it probably scared you off, but if you're still here, please like, comment, share and subscribe for more. It really does help out the channel, and I will see you guys in the next Wolf in the video. Cheers.